Hello everyone, welcome to the Mammothon tutorials. I hope you're all excited to get started. We're going to start off with a short introduction. So first of all, I wanted to introduce myself. I'm Rebecca, I'm the Programme Manager for the Mammothon from Encode Club. And I'll be in contact with you throughout the programme, and if you have any questions at all, then I'm the person to ask. So just send me a message on Discord or by email, and I'll try my best to help you out in any way that I can. So at Encode Club, we're an education community. We help you learn, build and forge your careers in emerging technology. We do this through educational events like hackathons, public education series, boot camps and accelerators. And we hope those of you who are new and joining us from the Mammothon will stick around in our community as you build and grow, because we're really excited to be part of your journey. So let's talk about the Mammothon. It's a really simple process. You have 28 days to build and ship your projects and be in with a chance of winning part of the $250,000 prize pool. So that is huge. The prize pool is going to be split evenly between the top 10 teams across all idea tracks. Now, this is where the Mammothon is a special event. In the Mammothon, you don't have to come up with your own project concept. There are Celestia Ecosystem partners who have shared ideas on what they want to see built on their tech stack. So they've given you all the resources that you need to succeed. You can build unstoppable apps, you can craft on-chain worlds, and you can upgrade the internet. The last thing to mention about the Mammothon before we move on to the tutorials is that in order to participate, you must be in a team of 3 to 5 devs. If you've not already, please read your emails for information on how to build up your team or how to register the other team members in your team to make sure that you qualify to compete in the Mammothon. When we launch, we'll have over 30 ideas, which means a few more are going to be announced very soon, so keep an eye out for that. And each one comes with a matching tutorial. This is really important. We want to make sure that you have everything you need to start the Mammothon so that you succeed. In these workshops, you're going to get all the essential technical skills that you need, and you're going to have the opportunity to ask questions and clarify requirements with each of the idea partners. Okay, so that is everything from me. Let's jump right in.
Hey everyone, I'm Manav. I lead the Rollkit team at Celestia Labs. And what Rollkit is, call it the unstoppable stack. Think of it as like it's a stack for building native applications on Celestia, right? So, and like Celestia is the blockchain for creating full stack custom like apps, unstoppable apps, right? With full stack customizability. So how do you build those unstoppable apps? You could go and build on it directly and deal with all the application, like how post to DA and how the whole like chain works. But you've created like a stack for building it as well, and we've tried to make it as sort of like, so you can use different play different components, so the modular components. So you can kind of configure your sequencing, execution, DA, and Rollkit is like built as an open source project. So think of it as an open source public good. So there's no sort of additional network with the token, which will like want some sort of fees later on. It's just like a completely open source public good where you can feel free to customize and build whatever like you want. So you can look at the on the code base here, and it's built within Celestia Labs. So it's the only sort of stack that's kind of built within Celestia Labs. So anyone can build whatever. So you can configure we have different options. So you can, for sequencing, execution, so you can kind of configure those. We recently did sequencing, so it's something we're still like sort of fully adding more and more support for, but right now there's a centralized sequencer that can work, but then we're designed it in such a way so you can go and swap this out to based mode or force inclusion or sequencing layers like Astria. And then for execution as well, like the state machine is something you can choose. So Cosmosm is something which is one option. Cosmos SDK is one option. That's where it started. But then there's also a bunch of EVMs that are on Cosmos SDK. The one that we think is like the most like audit ready and most sort of good with Rollkit and the EVM, that would be Artella. And then they have like multiple execution sort of layers. There's a EVM one, if you want to do your basic EVM stuff, it just has a get node underneath. Or you could also have like write a language called Aspect that they made that compiles into WASM, or write Go modules or Rust modules, and you can sort of interoperate between them. And the EVM is like a parallel one. Anyway, those are the current options, and what we're doing right now is changing the EVM so you can directly support Reth, get directly and adding ZK proving and such. But going back to what Rollkit's topic for the Mammothon is so if you were to go to the website here, let's see, this is web proof. So we want to build an application that harnesses the power of web proofs to use off-chain data in interesting ways. So web proofs recently came into market. I'm trying to find the hacker pack. That is that something I can see on the website? Let's see. Try to find it. One sec. So I wrote down some options for what kind of things you can build and what we would like to see building using web proof. So I just want to pull that up here. This is.
I've sent the hacker pack in the chat if you want.
Oh, okay, it's in the chat. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Yeah, let's so go through the idea, and then what I'll do is I will show just like how to stand this up really quick. So guess while this is loading, let's do the just stand up a EVM chain natively on Celestia. So this would do it, stand up a sequencer that is producing blocks. I think it's 1 second blocks. You can configure it to go faster in like if you want like 200 milliseconds, 100 milliseconds kind of thing, whatever is the kind of performance that you would like. So you can do that. Here is the Artella. So something I read before, but you can. So we are in the Artella Rollkit repo. So I already have that cloned. So make sure updated, and then it's just you just do a Docker compose up there, and now you have like this running. You stood up a chain with local DA for now, and then we can work on trying to get it to on top of a Celestia testnet later on. So you see how it's like producing blocks right now. Right, so it's just going really fast, producing blocks, and then all the kind of like how do you fund an account and configure the node, and how you would deploy smart contracts on it. We have a bunch of examples here, and there's a contract interaction tutorial that you could go through. So this is standard EVM, right? But like things we want to see is that since there is, okay, this is not loading. Let us try again. Oh, there we go. Okay, perfect. Here. So for the web proofs idea, we want to build an app that bootstraps an on-chain community using zk-TLS. So there's a bunch of these zk-TLS providers out there, Opacity, Pluto, Reclaim, and then you can And then there's obviously different applications that exist that have different communities. So think of like Reddit, there's subreddits on there, right? There's Strava, a community of runners, Uber, people who use like the app, or drivers, right? Or riders. So there's different communities, as you can imagine. Like if you were to doing like a trader community, there's like a bunch of retail traders on Robinhood. So that's something. Opacity, for example, I know they provide that. So what you could do is you could take these people who are on these communities right now, right? And for some apps like Uber or Robinhood, right, they don't even have I don't think there's an official way to for the community of people who are there to even talk to each other or like do things where they can take their data and then share accounts and kind of collaborate together. So so what you can do is, let's say, for example, if there's Robinhood there, you can get a bunch of trader community people and then let them show what kind of things that they own. And you could kind of create like something like hyperliquid walls, but for Robinhood, right? For people to just invest in people's Robinhood accounts. And then you can look at all the kind of their activity and how they manage stuff, right? So that's something you could do, and you can build reputation systems around it, like if someone's doing community or they have a really good portfolio, right? That's something you could do. Reddit as well. There's already a something called karma points on Reddit, that Uber has a rating for riders, right? So these kind of things for zk-TLS, it allows you to bring these off-chain different applications where people already are, and then bring them on chain and allow them to collaborate. So if, for example, someone wanted to do, let's say, there's a subreddit community that's very popular. It's a fan community, let's say, right, of people who are into Marvel, and now fan could be a really good artist, and they could drop some merchandise for that fan community to come on chain. And what would you do right now? You would just post on Reddit, right? And there's no sort of way, like integrated way to fundraise or sell this merch, right? You have to go through some payments provider. So in this case, you just have a chain that is supporting these different subreddit communities, or maybe there's a chain for a subreddit community itself. And then it's just for that community to collaborate with each other, and they have their own block, dedicated block space, right? And that community is then unstoppable, right? Because you can, unless that subreddit goes down, you can't really deplatform them. So yeah, that's kind of an idea. And then you can replace a point system by supporting contributing money to community pools, and then the best contributors, however you want to define that, get that money, right? So that's those are some like ideas. I just wanted to give some examples, but those are the kind of things you want to see. There's already option communities, you want to bring them on chain, right? And you can play around with the EVM here. But yeah, that's mostly it. I'll stop for any questions.
Thank you, Manav. Do we have any questions in the chat about the Rollkit web proofs idea? Otherwise, yeah, I'll stop you sharing the screen now so we're not showing twice. Otherwise, you can ask Manav in the Encode Discord any questions that you think of. I've posted the link to the Mammothon project ideas in the chat as well, if you want to reread the description now, and also the GitHub that Manav mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
So we'll be in the Discord with her team. So yeah, let us know if you run into any issues and you want to run your idea more, or having any technical issues. Happy to support you guys.